Hey guys, it's Chris with OmniDeck,
And Lauren.
and we're going to walk through the next couple of minutes how you can use OmniDeck for managing your board of directors and investment rounds and everything kind of at the corporate level inside of the portal. Now, underneath the board management section, you'll see a couple of examples of these processes. The first piece of them is around investor management. So one of the examples here is like an investment log. If you're in the middle of a round, building a form that references, okay, what round is this? Who's the investor? How much was invested? And maybe the executed final versions of their investment documentation. Also, I may communicate with that investor. Maybe we have a meeting that's offsite, or they invite us to go to some syndication event where they're promoting our investment opportunity. Any type of communication log that we have, we can kind of formally document that activity took place for additional board review or just archiving that particular activity. In addition to that, because OmniDeck's a portal and can base outside of the company to prospective investors, we can also offer them the ability to submit requests for information from the portal that's more of a formal request. Maybe they're reviewing our data room and they just have questions about path to market or something like that. Well, we can effectively put that RFI into a knowledge base for other investors, but we're also building a file for that particular investor that encompasses the RFIs and the investments that they make and all the activity that we do for it, which is a really valuable way to kind of track all of our investor activity. Now, in addition to that, we also have board members that aren't necessarily full board members, but they're advisory board members. And sometimes those people work for cash, sometimes they work for equity. Generally, there's a calculation involved. So what you can do inside of the portal is you can actually build a very specific portal view for those particular relationships. In our system, we actually have a portal built for those particular users. If you were an advisor of our company, this is the login that you would have. So you can literally come in and fill out your advisory board time card. It gets routed and approved with dual signatures, both from the advisor as well as the executive, which would be me in that case. And then now we have a formalized timesheet of the activity that effectively warranted or earned particular stock options or whatever the case may be. So a very cool way, a very cool use case of also building a file for an advisory board member. Maybe that's their contract that we did as well would all be part of their particular file. So really cool application from that standpoint. Now, the last piece of this that I'll show you is meeting minutes. Now, there's a lot of task systems out there that you'll see, Monday.com and Tableau or Trello, things of that nature. They're designed to almost be like team-oriented or maybe individual-oriented. Very few systems are company-wide, where we can involve multiple people that are maybe outside of our particular department to kind of create corporate burn down of tasks. Well, whenever we're inside of a board meeting, obviously we're going to document the meeting type and what company is with, who is the attendees, maybe the collateral like the financials and other supporting documentation. But during our time when we're talking at the board level, we may be creating tasks that we need the executive team to go and execute on before our next meeting. So in this case, we could say, hey, this is an emergency issue. Here's what we talked about. Here's how the document that we discussed or whatever else, and what's the status? Is that okay? This is a new item that we need to deal with. What are we going to do to resolve it? Who's the responsible party? And then also giving ourselves a deadline to resolve. And what this does is it now creates at a global level tasks that have to be burned down by the different people that were assigned to it. And you can kind of see here, these are my tasks here that are grouped by status, right? Or I can come back around and group by maybe the task type. Maybe I'm going to go after my fundraising or whatever else. So it's a really, really powerful way for decisions that happen at the board level to actually create actionable items for task burn down at a company-wide level. So super excited about how you can use OmniDeck for, obviously, the board of directors. Almost everything we talk about is how it integrates with Intacct, which is super cool. But there's also some non-integrated things that are very neat. And the board management is a really great utility for the OmniDeck platform. So that's another way that you can use your portal, continue exploring the marketplace. And I'm Chris.
I'm Lauren.
All right, take care.